Zion Williamson just did the unthinkable. After years of questions, doubts, and injury setbacks, the New Orleans Pelicans superstar has finally changed everything and unleashed the dominant force we all knew he could be. He recorded 22 points, 10 rebounds, and a career-high 12 assists, securing the second triple-double of his career. Gilbert Arenas and the Gills Arena crew break it all down, analyzing how Zion has unlocked his full potential and what it means for the future of the NBA.
The most underrated thing about Zion is he can jump off his left leg also.
New Orleans won 127-120, extending its dominance over LA in recent matchups. But the real story is that he was everywhere, orchestrating the offense like never before. The numbers back it up. The Pelicans shot a blistering 55% from the field, nearly matching that from beyond the arc. 7 different players hit double figures, showing just how well balanced this team has become. But not everyone was impressed. Shaquille O'Neal, never one to hold back, called out Zion's performance on NBA on TNT, saying, "Good, but not good enough." "You're giving him props for that?" O'Neal asked. "I need more." "Yeah, I need more."
That's the problem. Which is what? You give him props for that? I need more. Yeah, I need more.
Shaq's words carry weight, and he has a point. If Zion wants to be considered a true superstar, a franchise cornerstone, 20-point triple-doubles won't be enough. The Pelicans need him dominating, night in and night out. But at the same time, shouldn't we acknowledge the progress? Zion, for his part, didn't let the criticism faze him. After the game, he said, "Shout out to my teammates and coaches. They tell me to be myself and just keep hooping. When I'm myself, I don't feel like nobody can stop me."
But like I said, when I got teammates and coaches that are always, just giving me confidence and telling me to be myself.
That confidence? That's exactly what the Pelicans have been waiting for. But confidence alone won't be enough. Availability is the real key. And that's where the problem lies. He's played just 27 out of 66 games this season, leaving New Orleans constantly wondering what could have been. When he's on the court, there's no doubt he's a game changer. This season, he's averaging an impressive 24.4 points, 7.3 rebounds, and 5.3 assists per game, proving his immense talent. But that's been the biggest knock on him since he entered the league. Nobody has ever questioned his skill, only his ability to stay healthy. And until he proves he can stay on the floor, his impact will always come with an asterisk. Against the Houston Rockets, Zion showed exactly why he's one of the most dominant forces in the league, despite not even being at his best. He finished with 20 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. But here's the crazy part. He shot just 5 of 15 from the field. Yet, it didn't matter. Zion found another way to impose his will, getting to the line 12 times and sinking 10 of them. That's how unstoppable he is. When the shots aren't falling, he still forces defenses to send him to the stripe. And this isn't just a one-off performance. And here is the deal. Reports suggest Zion Williamson has dropped 36 pounds, bringing his weight down to 264, the lightest he's been since entering the league. That's a significant transformation, showing a level of commitment we haven't seen from him before. His weight and conditioning have always been major concerns, but if he can maintain this discipline, avoid injuries, and stay locked in, the Pelicans' ceiling is much higher than most expected. With his explosive athleticism, improved endurance, and dominance in the paint, he can be a game changer. If he keeps this up, New Orleans isn't just a playoff team. They're a legitimate threat in the West. Meanwhile, the weather in New Orleans has been nice lately, and the city's food scene remains top tier. It's easy to forget how young Zion still is. He's only 24 years old. If he can finally string together some healthy seasons, we're looking at a guy who could be a perennial All-NBA talent, one of the most dominant forces in the league. The question isn't about his potential anymore. It's about whether he can stay healthy enough to reach it. Tuesday night was a statement game. It was Zion showing the world that the hype wasn't a mistake, that when he's on the court, he's a game changer. So, what changed? What's different about Zion this season? It's simple. His game has evolved. He's not just bullying defenders in the paint anymore. He's reading the floor, making the right plays, and getting his teammates involved at an elite level. He's averaging 24.6 points, 6.4 rebounds, and 6.6 assists in the last 5 games of this season, proving that he's no longer just a highlight machine, he's a complete player. And that weight loss? That's been a game changer. He's moving better, playing longer stretches, and showing a level of endurance that was missing in previous seasons. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Zion stole the headlines, but let's be real, this was a complete team effort. The Pelicans didn't just beat the Clippers, they torched them. 7 players hit double figures, they shot a ridiculous 55% from the field and nearly 55% from 3, and everyone who touched the floor made an impact. CJ McCollum and Trey Murphy were lights out, combining for 44 points and drilling 8 threes. And let's talk about McCollum for a second. This dude has been a straight-up Clippers killer all season. In their matchups, he's putting up 28 a night and has already cashed in 13 threes against them. Bruce Brown had his best game in a Pelicans jersey, dropping 12 points, 10 of which came in the first quarter, setting the tone early. Off the bench, Carlo Matkovic came in firing, 15 points on 6 of 7 shooting, and Jose Alvarado, 5 for 6 from the field, 14 points, and endless energy. Even the bigs got in on the action. Yves Missi came up with 9 points, 8 boards, and 2 blocks. Zion might have made headlines, but this was a statement from the entire squad. The Pelicans didn't just win, they dominated. Of course, not everyone is sold just yet. Over on ESPN's First Take, Stephen A. Smith isn't quite ready to call him a superstar, and he made his case to Brian Windhorst. But let's be real, if Zion keeps up this level of play, how long before we all have to admit that he's arrived? The impact he's having on winning, how he's elevating his team, and the confidence he's playing with, it all points to a player who's finally figured it out. The rest of this season is massive for Zion. If he keeps playing like this, he won't just be a star, he'll cement himself as one of the most dominant forwards in the game. And for a Pelicans team that's had its fair share of struggles, that's a huge reason to be optimistic heading into the offseason. But the real challenge, keeping this momentum rolling. If Zion shows up to the 2025-26 season in the same shape he's in now, the entire conversation around him changes. No more what ifs or unrealized potential. He'll be seen as a legit franchise player.
He's going strong against Vucevic. He got there, going to the line.
And here's the thing, and I know Javante.
One who can lead a team to championship contention. Now here's the big question. How do the Pelicans make sure this isn't just a temporary hot streak? CJ McCollum and Trey Murphy are stepping up, Bruce Brown is making his presence felt, and with Zion leading the charge, this squad has the firepower to shake up the playoffs. But the front office has a job to do too. They must keep Zion happy, healthy, and surrounded by the right pieces. Because when he's locked in, there aren't many players in the league who can stop him. But is this just another peak before the next setback? Or is this finally the start of something special? What do you guys think? Is Zion about to take that next step and become the superstar we've all been waiting for? Or are we setting ourselves up for another disappointment? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more NBA content. See you next time.